In the year 2087, the long-held dream of humanity, to become a multiplanetary species, was no longer fiction. The final frontier wasn't the stars just yet. It was something closer, red and waiting. Mars. This wasn't a mission of exploration. It was a declaration of permanence. For the first time, humanity wasn't sending a probe or a temporary crew. It was sending families. Scientists, soldiers, builders, dreamers. And it all began aboard the Dauntless, the first colony ship designed not just to land but to seed civilization on another world. 7 months in deep space had transformed the crew. 36 souls braved the silence between planets. Engineers, biologists, doctors, security officers, each trained for survival and leadership. Some had lost loved ones back on Earth. Others were born without much to lose. But all of them carried one thing: the burden of legacy. At the helm was Commander Elena Reyes, a former UN peacekeeper turned pioneer, calm, composed and resolute. She stood on the bridge as the Dauntless approached the Martian orbit, her gaze locked on the ochre planet. "We stir not just planting a flag," she said. "We stir planting roots." Beside her, the witty and ever-watchful Captain Liam O'Connor ran descent checks with a smile that masked his nerves. In the back, Dr. Malik Chen, the crew's leading xenobiologist, hunched over data monitors, his brows furrowed. For weeks, he had been observing strange patterns in the Martian electromagnetic field. Repeating pulses, rhythmic sequences, too deliberate to be natural. He turned to Reyes. "There's something down there, and it's not the wind." "Oof, Farka," Connor grinned. "If Martians pop out, tell them we brought dip." But Reyes didn't laugh. The landing. The Dauntless pierced the Martian atmosphere, its hull glowing like a shooting star. As the dust settled, the hatch opened to a crimson expanse. Fine grains of rust swirled beneath heavy boots. History was made in silence. Cameras rolled. The Earth flag was raised, but the planet didn't welcome them. It simply watched. The settlement, christened New Dawn, unfolded with astonishing speed. Prefabricated habitats, inflated, solar arrays spread like wings. Automated drones skittered across the terrain, collecting samples and building infrastructure. Water was extracted from ice veins. The first greenhouse was seeded with lettuce and potatoes. Oxygen flowed, heat radiated. Mars, for the first time, breathed life. The settlers adapted quickly. They celebrated small victories: first sprouts, first full oxygen cycle, the birth of a colony dog named Cosmo. But behind the smiles, unease simmered. Malik's signals weren't going away. They were intensifying. The first discovery. 3 weeks into the mission, Malik assembled a small science team to investigate the source of the signals. They trekked toward the Noctis Labyrinthus, a network of narrow canyons and hidden valleys. The land felt old, too symmetrical, too intentional. At the edge of a cliff, they found strange metallic veins running through the rock, humming faintly. Beneath layers of dust, they discovered geometric chambers, ancient, alien, partially fused into the bedrock. And then, the ground moved. The first contact wasn't set verbal, it was psychic. They emerged from below, tall, luminous beings, humanoid in shape, eyes like crystal galaxies. Their limbs shimmered with translucent energy, and they moved not with steps, but with flowing grace. A voice thundered inside the human-set minds. "Why do you awaken the hollow places? Why do you tread where memory sleeps?" Guns were drawn. Fear surged. But Reyes ordered restraint. "We mean no harm," she said, stepping forward. "We thought this world was empty." The voice responded coldly. "No world is ever empty." And just as suddenly as they had come, the beings vanished into the dust. The tension builds. That night, every sensor on the colony failed. Drones crashed. Communication flickered. Temperature control spasmed. It wasn't violence. It was a message. A warning. Malik was certain. They set her not attacking. They set her reacting to us. Within the colony, division grew. Commander Reyes pushed for diplomacy. But her second-in-command, Commander Jacob Rourke, a veteran of Earth's last border conflict, demanded preemptive strength. "We didn't come this far to be bullied by ghosts," he snapped. "They hit us once. They said'll do it again." Reyes pushed back. "This isn't set war. It's set as misunderstanding." To protect New Dawn without escalating the threat, Reyes authorized a controversial plan: reverse engineering alien tech. Engineers, with Malik's guidance, extracted data from the ruins, integrating their materials into new defense systems, flexible shielding, adaptive drones, neural scanners. The weapons were built, but not fired. Yet, the first war on Mars, it began with shadows. Strange clouds rose from the southern valleys. Out of them came organic drones, biomechanical beasts that moved like wasps and hit like tanks. Power stations were targeted, food reserves incinerated, oxygen processors sabotaged. The aliens struck not with rage, but military precision. Dozens were injured. 2 settlers died. "They know our systems," one Factor Connor said. "They studied us." "We need to reach out," Reyes insisted. "We need to show them we not enemies." Desperate, Malik proposed the impossible, a diplomatic mission deep into the ruins, to the heart of the alien tunnels. Reyes approved it. Into the hollow earth, Malik, Reyes, and a team of 5 descended into the underworld, an ancient bioluminescent ecosystem of fungal spires and energy conduits. Symbols glowed along the walls, memories pulsed in the air. At the core they met the Elder, a colossal being older than anything on Earth. His presence warped gravity. His eyes were twin stars, and his thoughts carried centuries of grief. "You poison what little remains of our sanctuary," he said. "You are a wildfire with hands." But Reyes replied with truth. "Our planet is dying," she said. "We didn't come to conquer. We came to survive. Let us protect what you have left, with you." The Elder considered her, and then, a single word, perhaps, Dawn Accord. An uneasy truce formed. A new dome was constructed, half alien crystal, half human alloy. Here, both species met, shared histories, and developed a fragile peace. Trade began, energy for food, materials for medicine. Children of both worlds began learning each other's languages. But peace is never unanimous. Rourke and his loyalists vanished into the Martian wilds, stealing weapons and hybrid tech. Weeks later, they declared war. Broadcasting from the massive trench system of Valles Marineris, they claimed the planet as humanity's birthright. They launched missile strikes, killing dozens, both human and alien. The Alliance teetered on the edge of collapse. Final conflict. Ress responded, the only way she could, by leading a unified defense. Alien guardians, human soldiers, and AI-driven machines stood side by side. Mars became a battlefield of dust, blood, and fire. Hovercrafts streaked the skies. Gravity tanks roared across red plains. Walkers, beasts of bone and steel, clashed under blackened suns. In the ruins of a shattered power station, Reyes confronted Rourke one last time. "You betrayed everything we tried to build," she said. "No," Rourke hissed. "You gave it away. You wanted Mars to bow. I wanted Mars to accept us." They fought hand to hand. Reyes won. Rourke was imprisoned. His rebellion died in the sands. The new beginning. The colony was renamed Dawn Accord, not as a symbol of conquest, but as a promise of coexistence. Terraforming projects expanded. Rivers flowed. Trees rooted in Martian soil. Hybrid schools. Joint scientific labs. Shared cities. Civilization bloomed where war once smoldered. Malik's signals evolved into an official Martian language, a fusion of thought and tone, sound and feeling. And one morning, as the Martian sun bathed the valley in soft gold, Reyes stood alone on a high cliff, watching the city shine below. "We came seeking power," she whispered. "Instead, we found purpose. We found partners. And a future." On Mars, humanity did not just survive, It became something greater.